Bill O'Reilly here, Monday, February 17th, 2020. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update. Here's what's happening today in America. Some former Department of Justice officials call on Attorney General Barr to step down. China issuing new rules to stop the coronavirus. Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg urges the government to regulate harmful speech. A New York criminal thanks Democrats after his 139th arrest. Longtime journalist Sam Donaldson endorsing Mike Bloomberg. Also ahead, the real reason Attorney General Barr is being attacked. And on that note, more than 1,000 former Justice Department officials now calling for the resignation of Mr. Barr. The former federal employees say he is meddling in the criminal case against Roger Stone. The Attorney General publicly rebuked President Trump's Twitter habit last week, saying, quote, he cannot do his job because of the constant background commentary, unquote. More on this in the message of the day. China trying to stop the coronavirus. At least 760 million people are now in lockdown, some unable to leave their homes and or neighborhoods. The communist government calling the travel ban a people's war against the disease. More than 1,700 Chinese have been killed by the virus since January 1st. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg asking the federal government to regulate harmful speech on the net. Facebook currently has 2.5 billion users in more than 120 countries. Critics say the platform permits misleading political ads and could be used to influence the 2020 presidential election. A thief in New York City thanking Democrats after his 139th arrest. The 56-year-old suspect praising the state's new bail reform law, telling reporters, it's the Democrats, you can't touch me, I can't be stopped. The man is on the street right now. The new guidelines prevent authorities from jailing criminals for crimes including burglary, drug dealing, even bank robbery. Former ABC News correspondent Sam Donaldson officially backing Mike Bloomberg for president, the first endorsement he's made in 52 years. The retired reporter telling CNN Bloomberg is the only candidate that can save the USA from the, quote, sick and ignorant Donald Trump. Should be noted that Mr. Donaldson has been an avowed liberal even while covering the White House. In a moment, the attacks on William Barr, the real reason they're happening. Right back. You have trusted me for years to give it to you straight, no spin, and look out for you. So please take my advice today. Start preparing. While the media is busy distracting you, there are real threats to our health and safety that few talk about. Economic turmoil, quarantines, civil unrest can happen often in the blink of an eye. You either have a plan or risk being with the panicked masses staring at empty shelves. Go to preparelikebill.com. Get 45% off a 2-week emergency food kit from my friends at My Patriot Supply. Kits include breakfast, lunch, and dinner and last up to 25 years in storage. My Patriot Supply ships fast and discreetly. 45% off, no spin, great deal. While supplies last at preparelikebill.com, preparelikebill.com. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. The real reason Attorney General Barr is under attack. The most important man in President Trump's life right now is Mr. Barr, the Attorney General. Yet Mr. Trump may not understand that. However, the hate Trump media brigade certainly do. If Mr. Barr were to turn against the president, his reelection chances would be damaged significantly. That's because William Barr is a tough prosecutor who is trying to uphold the crucial constitutional mandate of equal justice for all. That means a corrupt media is not the dispenser of justice, nor is a sitting president who may have a personal agenda. The latest controversy over Roger Stone, accompanied by presidential tweets, has put the AG in a tough spot. Mr. Stone was convicted of lying to authorities about his role in seeking damaging information against Democrats during the 2016 presidential campaign. The sentencing recommendation from Justice Department prosecutors is 7 to 9 years in a federal penitentiary. On average, a convicted rapist in this country serves 4.5 years in prison. So you know something is amiss. Almost immediately, President Trump tweeted his outrage targeting the prosecutors. A short time later, 4 of them quit. That caused great joy in the New York Times and Washington Post, 2 organizations that are devoted to injuring President Trump. Caught in the middle of the chaos is William Barr, who then told ABC News that Mr. Trump's tweeting about active criminal cases makes it hard for the AG to do his job. Whereupon Fox Business Channel anchor Lou Dobbs questioned Barr's loyalty. But an attorney general's loyalty is to uphold the Constitution, not to any human being. So now, the president and the attorney general are, well, let's use the word unsettled. And it didn't have to happen. All President Trump had to do was wait until Roger Stone is sentenced and then issue a pardon. Presto! Mr. Stone could go bowling with us that very night. But waiting is not Donald Trump's style. Confrontation is. If you read my book, The United States of Trump, you know the president always relishes the fight. But a battle with William Barr is not like the dust-up with the weak former Attorney General Jeff Sessions. Barr is not a man to be pushed around, and he does not want his professional reputation sullied. The crucial Durham investigation into federal corruption is underway, and President Trump would be well advised to stay out of all Justice Department business and let those chips fall. Mr. Trump should also understand that the national media is heavily invested in diminishing William Barr because it fears what the Durham investigation might bring. The president would be foolish to help his enemies marginalize the attorney general, who could expose disturbing FBI corruption that damaged Donald Trump. Finally, President Richard Nixon tried to manipulate the Justice Department, and that finalized his demise. I'm Bill O'Reilly, and I approve that message by actually writing it. For more news analysis, please visit BillO'Reilly.com, where you can reach me, Bill@BillO'Reilly.com. In a moment, something you might not know. Deborah's home was stolen. I don't mean thieves took stuff. Scammers literally stole her home. The FBI calls home title theft one of the fastest growing white-collar crimes. This story is why you need Home Title Lock. Deborah says, quote, "Criminals found our home title online and filed fraudulent documents claiming they owned it. I was evicted and $85,000 in equity gone. Nobody believes you can get your home stolen this easily," unquote. You need to get Home Title Lock. No insurance or bank protects you or your home from title theft. So please go to HometitleLock.com. Register your address to see if you're already a victim and don't even know it. Sign up to help protect the legal title to your home. To get you started, I got you 60 risk-free days of protection. So please go to HometitleLock.com. HometitleLock.com. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. Every third Monday in February, Americans honor the life and achievements of our 2 greatest presidents, George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. President Rutherford B. Hayes first declared Washington's birthday a federal holiday back in 1879. It eventually became associated with all American presidents, most notably Abraham Lincoln, whose birthday is also in February. Here are a few little-known facts about our first and our 16th president. Let's start with Washington's wooden teeth. Not true. But his dentures were made from some strange stuff, including animal bones found by his slaves. His lifelong dentist actually kept his pull teeth as souvenirs. You can see George Washington's dentures in Mount Vernon, Virginia. The founding father was a well-known dog lover, especially hounds. During his time in office, Washington kept numerous dogs, including a greyhound called Cornwallis, named after his defeated adversary during the Revolution, British General George Cornwallis. After he left politics, old George got into booze, heavy, starting a whiskey and rye distillery. At the time of his death, it was one of the largest liquor enterprises in America. Now, Lincoln. Before he got into politics, young Abe was a wrestler. The 6'4" Lincoln had 300 wins. To this day, he is the only president to be honored by the National Wrestling Hall of Fame. Lincoln had brains as well. He invented a system to improve boat navigation in shallow waters. His patent sketches still on display in the Smithsonian. Unlike George Washington, Abraham Lincoln was a cat person. First felines Tabby and Dixie would often get fed from the table, even at formal White House events. And here's something more you might not know. When George Washington took office, Congress had no idea what to call him. The Senate settled on His Excellency. Thomas Jefferson didn't like that at all, calling the title, quote, the most ridiculous thing he's ever heard, unquote, preferring to use the term Mr. President. For more on George and Abe, please consider my best-selling books, Killing Lincoln and Killing England. Back after this. Computer systems in cars, now common. There are electronically controlled transmissions, touchscreen displays, and dozens of sensors. All of this advanced tech is expensive to fix when it breaks. That's why I have Car Shield. Car Shield has affordable protection plans that can save you thousands for a covered repair, including computers, GPS, electronics, and more. With Car Shield, you're behind the wheel of your plan. Choose your favorite mechanic to do the work, and Car Shield takes care of the rest. They even offer 24/7 roadside assistance and a rental car while yours is being fixed. Free. With rates as low as $99 a month, you have little to lose. Get covered by Car Shield today. Please call 800-CAR-6000 and mention code BILL. Or go to carshield.com and use code BILL to save 10%. A deductible may apply. That's carshield.com, code BILL. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.